We're calling this episode the marketing bonus episode. So the marketing bonus ode or something. All right, now in case you really need to drum up some work, a really good way is to subcontract for people in the same trade. And this happens a ton. It happens, we hire people to do this for us, and we've subbed for people before. And it is an awesome way to generate some business. And a great way to go about it is to find, if you know of any people in the same trade, you can give them a call and pretty much say the same thing as we said in the cold calls before, or just say, hey, I'm looking for some work. I'll work at a discounted rate, or here's my rate. You can decide whatever that would be. I'm not going to take your client. I want to help you out if you have a need. And if you get that in their ear, because a lot of times contracting is tough because it's tough to keep all the business going, especially if you have more than one client that wants to get the job done at the same time. So if you have tons of people in August who all want to get these jobs done, and if you're a very busy contractor, you would love to sub it out to somebody, make 10, 15, 20, 30% or whatever they want to charge, make some money and keep their clients happy, because that's ideal. And so if you just find people in your industry by either going to your whatever supply store that would know of all the good contractors. Like for us, for Vassar Painting, we would go to our local Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, and say, hey, who are the best guys that are really busy? We're looking to get some more work, and we'd be happy to sub for somebody. The managers there or the workers there who know the guys who come in, they'll be happy to refer you out. Say, oh, call this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. And you can even ask, hey, could you give him a good word for us? And that way the lead would be a little warmer. But if you do that, you'll definitely generate some work, and they would actually become the feeders, as they said before. And so another way to generate some business from existing clients, it's always good to go back to existing clients because they hired you once, assuming they liked you and you did a good job for them, they'll definitely hire you again. So you can reach out via email and say, hey, we have a 10% offer, we have a gap in our schedule, would be happy to do some work for you. And that's a great way to get some more leads. And also, every year we like to send out a holiday card, either a Christmas or holiday card, Happy New Year, to all of our clients. We definitely do it to all of our feeders. We'll even send gift baskets, and we'll do just a nice personal note. I don't like to send out generic stuff, something personal, unless you have thousands of clients, which if you're watching this video, you probably don't right now, but hopefully you'll get to that point. And all this marketing stuff that we've talked about is a way to generate business. Like if you start from nothing, you want to generate, and you don't have to do this forever. And we do very little of it now because we did all this years and years ago. And you want to get to the point where you're generating, the business generates itself. And how you do that is by just doing an awesome job. Because your client is going to be your best source of advertising, because they'll tell their friends, they'll tell their family, they'll tell their uncles, brothers, dentists. I mean, they'll tell everyone if you do an amazing job and keep them happy. So either if it's your feeder or if it's just a regular client, just do a great job, do whatever it takes to make them happy, and that is your best source of advertising. The word of mouth is very powerful, very strong. And when you get those leads, when a friend refers you to another friend, a lot of times they're not getting any other estimates or bids. So your percentage of getting bids and estimates accepted is much, much higher. I mean, I think we start out at 70%, which is very, very high because we're mostly word of mouth. And I think we're probably cresting the 80 to 85% of all of our quotes. When we do a quote, we almost expect to get it almost every time. It's different for different industries, so don't get disheartened if that's not the case, especially early on. Even if you're the lowest price, you might not get it, but that's okay. You would just want to get to the point where your advertising is done for you by all your happy clients, and eventually you just won't have to make cold calls or do any of that stuff if you don't want to. But it is good to always keep generate some leads, so it is good activity, especially if you need to drum up some business. So hopefully you'll have business coming in the door, and then we'll get to telling you how to run the rest of the business.
What I have, I built with my own hands.